Hello everyone to the first battle report, kind of new style in that I'm gonna try and film my solo games instead of doing the slideshow picture reports. And the first game that I'm gonna try as such is a one-page rules Age of Fantasy Skirmish game, 150 points, putting the Havoc Dwarfs against the Deep-Sea Elves. The table was set up. Before we go to the army lists, the Deep-Sea Elves won deployment first and get the first turn. So it's got to be 4 turns. I rolled a 1 for objective, so there were 3 objectives on the table, which are the little statues on the round bases, 1 in the center, and then 1 9-inch towards each deployment zone to give them all a fair chance. And that's basically the setup for the game. So let's have a look at the army lists. The Havoc Dwarfs, 150 points, contain an Iron Champion who has a Havoc bound hero, slow and tough. Then there is the Shooters. They are Havoc bound and slow. We have the Warriors, a unit of 3, also Havoc bound. Now you will notice during the game I constantly forgot the Havoc bound rule, because it's been so long since I played, and well, yeah, some of these special rules you just miss it, and that happens. But yeah, nothing to do about that. Same goes with, by the way, the AP of against the Warriors. But yeah, no, we'll learn on the go. And then there's a unit of 3 cultists, so that means the Havoc Dwarfs are a 9-man warband, meaning they need to lose 5 to start taking morale checks. Opposing them are the Deep-Sea Elves. Of course, I don't have Deepkin from Age of Sigmar, as you can see, where the Havoc Dwarfs were from all over the place in my collection. And they are led by a Sea Master who has the very nasty Blast and Lacerate, so he can do many hits with his 1 attack. Also a thing is that all the the Deep-Sea Elves have the Wave Step, so they well, blink a bit for D3 inches in every activation. I have 2 Trolls, they come with great weapons, 2 Elven Reavers with bows, 24-inch range, and then the War Eel Rider, whose main job will be darting from one objective to the other, using his high maneuverable, fast, and his impact. So combined with Wave Step, fast, and Strider, that's well, basically a low-flying airplane. But yeah, I'm curious how it goes. I'm gonna switch now to the camera and let's have a look at the battle and how it went. Until in a few moments. Ciao! So here we are, first turn deployment has been done, and what's happened is that the scout cultists, they appeared 12 inches outside of the deployment zone, right next to the objective. The Deep-Sea Elves got the first turn, they also deployed first. Their plan is gonna be the eel immediately charging in, while the archers, the reavers, will try to whittle down the enemies. The main hand, the Chaos Dwarf Shooters, they are going to try and take down the eel, while the Warriors will secure hopefully this objective. And the Trolls, on the other hand, they will go for that objective. So without further ado, let's get going. And of course we are going to start with one of the Trolls making a advanced 6-inch, can shoot after moving. Now they don't have, well, maybe I should take the archers, yeah. I'm gonna take the Reavers first. They are going to move. They got Quick Shot, Strider, and Wave Step. So a Quick Shot basically means that they may shoot after using a rush action. Strider, that means that they won't have any problem for the terrain. And Wave Step, well, it's a D3-inch shift moving, so we're gonna try that one first for this guy. D3, that's only a 1-inch shift, but there he goes. He appears here again, well, up here again. And then he's going to move and he's going to shoot. So he can do a rush and still shoot, meaning that he can move 12 inches. Bring him right next to the cultists. They are fast as Deep-Sea Elves, they are very, very fast. And well, he will be shooting. He has a quality of 4+, while the cultists have a defense of 6+. So 4+ to hit, and he misses with a 3. So that's this guy done. We're gonna put this here for a fatigue, so that way we can keep track. Well, it doesn't need to because it didn't charge, so he's not fatigued, of course. As it's been a while since I played this, but there we go. He's not yet fatigued. So then it's up to the Chaos Dwarfs or the Havoc Dwarfs. They have to stay within 3 inches of the objective, so they are going to charge the Reaver. Trying to get a bit of kills in before they will be bashed to pieces. So there they are, and that is cultists. They are, well, hobgoblins basically. They have a Havoc bound, which means that it's a shooting attack plus 1 AP, so they don't have that one. So then they have the scout, they have throw stones and hand weapons. Maybe I can just have them throw stones. Yeah, that might be better. Sorry for that. I'm just gonna have them throw 12-inch stones at that Reaver close by, and then wait, they still have a bit of protection. So that's 3 shots. I am looking for a quality of only 5+, but 2 6s. Okay, those are good dice, meaning 2 hits on the Reaver. He got 2 defense, and he is looking for 5s. But he also rolls 2 6s, so that's 4 6s on 5 dice. Well, way to go. That means also nothing happened. In the second activation for the elves, the other Reaver is going to do the same. He's gonna waste step first for 2 inches. Going forward here. And then he's going to rush and shoot. Also trying to get the open side to prevent the cover. He's going here next to the objective, gonna shoot, needing a 4, and he rolls only a 2, so that's again a whiff for that. Not too many great archers going on here. That means it is back time to the Chaos Dwarf, the Havoc Dwarfs, and they are going to move and shoot. Now the shooters, of course, being dwarves, they are slow, so they have a -2 on advancing and a -4 when rushing. So they're gonna advance, but that's only 4 inches, and he's gonna take a shot at that Reaver. So 18 inches, that's no problem. There he goes. The shooter, being a dwarf, of course, has a better quality, so he's got 4+ quality. And there he goes. And he rolls a 5, so he hits, meaning that the Reaver has to defend also on a 5. And he fails, so that's a wound, a hit, and we're gonna see what it does. It's on a 1 to 5, it's a shaken, and on a well, more, it's taken out, but it's only a shaken. Okay, so let's have some counters to represent shaken. I can use a little dice for the wound counters, so I'm gonna put these here as a shaken token. There we go. When I got multiple wound figures, I will just use some small dice to represent how many wounds they have taken. Don't have that many tough units anyway, so that won't be a problem. Same goes for the fatigue. We'll just remember what they do. But yeah, that's the second activation of the Havoc Dwarfs. So then it is the big moment. I can charge him with the Eel Rider already, but it will bring him into effect. So we are going to rush with the trolls. They also have the wave step. Well, they basically all have the wave step. So the wave step for that troll is a 2 inch. Boom! And then he is going to, well, I don't think he even has to rush, because he has an 8 inch of his regular movement. And there he goes, and he's going to contest that objective. So that's pretty simple there. Brings us to the Havoc Dwarfs again. And this guy is going to try and shoot at the same Reaver that has the marker without any problem. So again, looking for a 4, and the Reaver looking for a 5, a 6. So he shrugs it off again. Oh Jesus, oh boy. Those Reavers are wearing serious armor. And we've got the other troll. Gonna wave step 3 inches. And as this one has already shot, he's going to rush for a full 16 inches, being a fast moving. No, he's no, the troll is not fast, he's furious. So that means he does extra hits, so he's just gonna rush for 12. Going to hunt for the shooter. And going after him over there. So okay, then we are going back to the Havoc Dwarfs. They have to rush, being these little slow short legs that they have, meaning that they can move 8 inches to reach the objective, because with their regular movement they won't make it, but they will contest this objective. We're gonna have a sidestepping leader over there. Wave stepping, not sidestepping. Sidestepping is on the rules. So he sidesteps here, wave steps here. No need to roll the die to see how far he moves. And he's also going to rush towards the center of the combat. Let's see, does he have anything special? Yeah, the wave step and the strider things like they all have. So he's gonna go here as well, get a bit of protection for shooting. We're playing only the 2-page core rules, so there's no shooting modifier for that. But yeah, when you go into a further version, you will have -1s shooting and everything. When there is terrain obscuring, it's better to get used to it. And the final Chaos Dwarf activation. My general is also rushing towards there because they are going to need some dwarven power. And that brings us to the final of the thing. That's the rail rider. So he's wave quest 3, and then he's gonna charge in on the cultists. Yeah, he's super fast, so that won't be a problem. There he goes across the objective. He has impact 1, so that basically means that I roll X dice when attacking after charging, unless fatigue, and for each 2 plus the target takes 1 hit. So we're gonna do that, impact 1, and that's a hit on the cultists. They need a 6 to defend themselves. Nope, he fails, so that's 1 cultist going down. Okay, and then the eel rider is gonna attack himself. Well, let's see, he has a lance. It's good for a bonus, I believe. So let me check this for a moment. And one thing that I didn't learn from, yeah, there we go. So he's going to charge, meaning he has an extra AP for the lance. He also has trust, so he gets +1 to hit rolls and AP 1 in melee, meaning he needs a 3 to hit, and he fails with a 1. Okay. And he is going to be fatigued. But doesn't matter because it's the last activation. The 2 cultists are attacking back, needing 5s, and they miss. So that means that the assaulting for the side has to get back 1 inch. Up, there we go, and this one is removed. Now the Havoc Dwarfs, they can still lose quite a few, but we're gonna see now for the objective contestation. The cultists actually they survive longer than thought, but yeah. If it's within 3 inches of a marker while enemies aren't, then it's seized and they remain even if you leave, but both sides are contesting, it becomes neutral again. So that means that I'm going to use red markers for this one that the Havoc Dwarf control, and a blue marker for this one that the Troll controls. And that one remains neutral in the middle. There we go. Then, of course, the other guy remains shaken. You must spend 1 full activation idle to stop being shaken, and gets +1 to wound effects. He may strike back, counting as fatigue, but he always fails roll to sync contract or seize objectives, so he's basically out of the next roll. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We don't need to roll, it's automatically the first turn goes to the Havoc Dwarfs, of course, and they are going to activate, I don't think I can reach them, for charge. It's 12 minus 4 is only an 8-inch. Oh yes, the warriors can charge the Reaver, so they are going to activate first and charge the Reaver. So little armored tanks coming in, hopefully doing something. Got one attack for each of these warriors. Nothing special, they are fortified, which means that well, all hits against them have -1 AP to a modifier of 0 due to their heavy shield. But for the rest, well, that's basically it. I actually don't know why I took the heavy shield. Yeah, for the better armor, but they are defense 5. But quality 4+, so they hit twice, meaning the Reaver needs 5s. There's no AP on them, and he doesn't save anything. So that's 2 wounds on the Reaver. Let's see what the effects are. The first one, oh, it's a 6, is already knocked out. That goes fast. That's 1 downed Reaver, which is gonna have a little group. Oh yeah, even with his 2 markers, it would have been a 4+, so that would have been too hard. So yeah, those they are standing there now. They defeated him, and they may move up to 3-inch. Otherwise, they should move backwards. But they are gonna consolidate towards the Eel Rider, and the objective to keep it contesting in case he takes down the cultists. Okay, then we go to the first activation of the elves, and the eel doesn't have to really fear the cultists, so I might have him wait out a bit. On the other hand, he only has 1 wound, so 1 lucky dice might turn it over, and he needs his charge bonus. On the other hand, the eel can also go for... oh yeah, he's gonna charge the shooter. So there he goes, off he zips. One attack, first his impact hit, that hits, so that's 1 hit on the shooter who needs a 5+, and he fails, so shooter gets a shaken token, well, a wound token, the first one. Then the elf attacks itself, a 6, so he hits, meaning a 5 is needed with AP1, that's a 6, and the dwarf saves. Oh my god, so he has only 1 wound token. Let's see what it does. 2, nope, he remains shaken. So he might hit back when he wants to, counting as fatigued. So let's put as guys there to have a... oh, I can use these tokens, so he's fatigued. There we go. Get some in reserve because I think I might need some more during this game. Hopefully. So that's the shooter. Then we go to the second activation of the Chaos Dwarfs, and the cultists are gonna assault the... I can just wait, I can have him shoot, or I can have him shoot him. Yeah, the shooter is going to shoot that troll first. So that's a 4+ to hit, and he hits on a 6, and the thrall needs a 5, and he saves also on a 6. It's a huge amount of 6s being rolled here, and not much being done as such, meaning that it is back to the Deep-Sea Elves. And that troll is going to take his vengeance and assault the shooter. The trolls in close combat, they have the Furious rule, when, meaning that every 6 that they roll, they have 1 attack with AP2 because they have a great weapon. So that's deal 1 extra hit. And he does an extra hit, so that's 2 hits, 1 with AP2. 2 with AP2 and 1-6 still, but that means a shaken, wounded dwarf, and let's see what he has. A 6, he's knocked out. So this is not going good for the Havoc Dwarfs at all. So he also moves 3 inches. Still tight in combat dice though, but yeah. It's time for the cultists to assault, and they are going for the wounded Reaver. So that's a 2 die attacking, hitting on 5s, and nothing. So like that, it's never going to work. Havoc Dwarfs only have to activate him and him, while the Deep-Sea Elves can activate those 3. So we're gonna start with their leader charging in on the cultist as well, and that puts him within 3 inches to secure the objective. Should he take him out, it also means he will have first turn in the next one, and then well, I can have the charge on the armored elves. So the leader, he has 1 attack only with a Bardnet Catcher, but that's a blast. So that ignores covers, and resolving other special rules issues is multiplied by X, so that means blast 3's up to as many hits as enemy models in the target unit and within 3 inches of it. So he's also of course hitting himself. But only so that's gonna, if he hits, it's gonna be 2 hits. So here he goes, a 3, that's not enough. He needs force, and that's a bit of a pity, because otherwise with the lacerate and everything, that would be a very, very, very nasty hit. But yeah, no blast, and yeah. And let's see. That's the leader. Then we have the dwarven leader. Can he charge the Eel Rider? He can. So he's going to do that. Try to save his companion. And here we got the Iron Champion. He has 3 attacks. He's a bit more of a fighter than a Sea Master it seems, though he has no blast of course. With AP 1, and he needs quality 3+. Big armored dwarf here. 2 6s and a 4, that's 3 hits on the Eel Rider, who needs to save 3 times on 4+ defense. With AP 1 becomes 5s, and he saves 2 of them. Oh my god. We are not hitting anything at all on either side today it seems, but still 1 gets through to the Eel Rider. He's knocked up or something, only has 1 wound, so let's see what it does. Nothing, he remains shaken. There you go. He is shaken, that's pretty nasty. Then we only have the 1 troll over there left, so we're gonna bring him in as well. Just in case for more combat practice, he can even charge, and he's going to do that. And he's going into the combat with the cultist as well. And then afterwards, he can attack because he can remain idle. Well, they can both skip their activation and lose their statuses over there and over there. So we're gonna do that. The troll is gonna do the last activation. 1 attack with AP to -2, and he misses greatly. So there we go. End of the second turn, and that means that this status falls away and his status falls away, so they're no longer shaken and everything. No more counters. There we go, and then it's onwards to turn 3. Objectives remain the same: Deep-Sea Elves, Havoc Dwarfs, and Contested. And it looks like it's all gonna come down to how long can these cultists hold out against the enemy leader. And this one has to be pushed 1 inch backwards, by the way, and this one as well, and they were pushed back 1 inch as well earlier, and the same goes here. So there we are, all set up to go. Now, this is a bit of a hard one. I'm gonna start the elves with charging with their leader. So there we go. They're still without 3 inches. Yeah, they're without 3 inches, but then he has the blast if need against the Havoc Dwarf warriors. So he's gonna hit on hopefully a 4, and he hits. So that become 3 hits after all special effects with AP 1, meaning that all 3 dwarfs have to save on a, that's gonna hurt, on a 6, and there's a lacerate, so any 6 that I roll, that yeah, that means it has to be rerolled. So that's 1 6 and 2 down, and a 6 rerolled. Oh, and he saved it, but it's 2 warriors down. That was a very nasty one, and the Havoc Dwarfs are 1 die roll away from morale tests. Ooh, lolo, this is not going well. They can stand there for now. So it is Havoc Dwarfs turn 1. Unless I'm gonna have that Havoc Dwarf. Yeah, I'm gonna have him hit back immediately before he gets killed off. So his 1 attack, quality 4 plus, and he hits the leader, and the leader saves because he has a defense of 4 plus. So that's not going well at all. So these 2 are fatigued now. There we go. And then here this guy is shaking and idle, so we're not looking at the E-Rider at the moment, meaning my leader is going to charge in and hopefully finish the job. 3 dice, quality of 3 plus, hits 3 times. Means 3 saves for 4 plus, for 4 plus for the E-Rider, and he saves 2 again. Oh no, there's AP. Sorry, there's an AP of 1. So this one is also a failure, meaning he gets 2 hits for 3 counters, unshaken, and let's see what it does. Yeah, he's knocked out. There goes the E-Rider, and that's a big problem. Oh, wait for the Havoc Dwarfs to at least guard their objective. So it's all gonna come down in the last turn if they can keep the middle one contested to pull out a draw. And that's all they can already reach, because there's no way in hell they can reach the furthest objective anymore. They're just too slow for that. So it is back to the Deep-Sea Elves, and this one is gonna charge the shooter. He's gonna attack. He hits. That means the shooter needs to save on a 6. Nope, he doesn't. What does he do? A shaken. So there we go. Wound counter and shaken. The shooter is gonna hit back because, well, he will only hit on a 6, of course. But yeah, there's nothing else to do. And he hits! And what does the troll do? He fills his defense! So he becomes shaken as well, at least, unless I roll a 6 here. Nope, he becomes also shaken. And these guys, they're like this now. Alrighty. Oh yeah, by the way, my general couldn't move 3 inches after killing the other one, so I'm gonna put him there. So that's there, that's done. This is done. That means the 2 cultists against the Reaver and the Troll. Who am I gonna have to assault first? The Troll is gonna charge in, and he misses. Meaning the 2 are gonna hit. Yeah, are they gonna? Yeah, they're gonna hit back, and they both miss as well. So leaves only the Reaver there, who's just going to stand there. He's gonna move back 1 inch. So there he goes within contesting range and shoot at the cultists. And he misses as well. So that's it for turn 3. How does it look? Well, they are slugging it out here. Last activation is for the Chaos Dwarfs. There's no way they can get over to that objective and contest it unless my general does a great job. He might get it done, but that's gonna be very close. Of course, objectives don't block a line of sight, so they're only markers or movement, so they can move around it. But that's about the only chance he has. Yeah, and I guess that's what's going to happen in turn 4, and it's still 1-1 to the Havoc Dwarfs and Sea Elves. So turn 4 is going to start, and it's going to be my general charging in against the Deep-Sea Elf general in a battle of leaders. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's 3 hits, albeit barely. AP1, meaning that his leader needs 5s. And he saves 2 of them. Oh my god. So there's only 1 wound on the leader, and that's probably the last chance we had. Lots of 6s were drawn, and nobody needs to take morale checks. So it's 1 elf to well. There is 1 chance if we get 1 more elf down, then they will have to take morale checks, and that might still turn the table. His leader is going to attack back, by the way, on my general. He's got also the bonus for there, so they will do 1 hit on each with his blast if he hits, but he misses. So there we go. My general is pushed back 1 inch. I'm gonna do it like that. Just gonna push him that way. There, 1 inch. So the 2 leaders are now fatigued, and it is the first activation for the Sea Elves, who also need only to take down 1 dwarf for forcing morale checks on them. So what is going to happen first is the Reaver is gonna shoot at these guys, and he hits. And he wounds, and that's 1 down, and that means the Havoc Dwarfs will have to take morale checks at the end of the turn. That's a bit of a bugger, unless I can also force them to take them. And to that end, we're going to go on the desperate route. He's gonna charge here, and he's gonna attack with his hand weapons. And he misses because he has quality 5+, so he goes back. But first the troll is also going to strike back, and he hits, and he takes a wound of him. And what does he do? Nope, he just remains shaken. There we go. So what's the situation nearing the end? We both have them idle who can't do anything against each other. The shoot there is everything has been done, and I mean that the only activation left is the Lone Warrior, and he needs to charge and take down that Reaver in order to have a chance and hope that it all comes down to a morale check. So he goes in, the charge of the game that can decide over a draw or a loss or whatever, for morale purposes. Yeah. He's gonna flee anyway, so if he fails, so yeah, he's gonna stand. Yeah, they're all gonna stay. So it's only him who might flee. So it doesn't matter. The warrior hits, and the Reaver does not save, and the Reaver is out. There we go. Because he rolled a 5, and that's only actually the one that was the first dice. Nope, he's only shaken. It was only the first dice roll. He didn't have any wound counters yet, so there we go. Every shaken result gives +1. But yeah, that's it. That means only morale checks for the Havoc Dwarfs in the closing moments of this game. And well, let's see. For morale in this game, yeah, well, if you're half or less, so I lost 5 out of the 9 models. What does you do? Well, you take a quality test and you failed and the unit is shaken, it will rout, and otherwise it will just be, well, remain shaken. This one passes. He passes. My general, yeah, he becomes shaken, but it doesn't matter. And the warrior becomes shaken, and that does matter now because shaken can't contest or seize objectives. So yep, with everything there now being shaken, that means that this guy gets me this objective in the final turn, and as a result it is a 2 objective versus 1 objective win for the ultra fast Deep-Sea Elves. And that's a quick game of 150 points, Skirmish, Age of Fantasy by one-page rules. I hope you liked this little video, and until the next one, bye bye. Did you like the Chaos Dwarf content in this video and want to know more about Chaos Dwarfs? Then check out the Chaos Dwarf online forum by scanning the QR code you now see on screen. For watching this video, and if you want to support me, check out the link tree above for all my channels, so you can have a look there, or my affiliate links, so there's a little kickback to the channel for more content. And if you really like, you can always buy me a coffee. Thanks and bye bye.